welcome back. This is Cheshire, and today we're going to be going through a Snorlax Hypno sleep-inducing deck of sleep-inducing. This one was one that Derek, Huntsman81 on YouTube, had said, hey, I'm a new player and I'm looking for something fun to kind of get into the game, and what can I do? I want something based around Snorlax because it's my favorite Pokemon, so we've done just that. Now, not only that, we've tried to go as budget as possible with this deck. So what we're running is we're running 4 Snorlax, which is the main player in this deck. Now, as you can see, he loves to sleep. Just like me, I love to sleep too. Sleep is fantastic. He's got only 140 HP, but he's a basic. Massive retreat cost, which, you know, as we know, is not always the best, but we have ways around that, and that's fine. But you generally won't be retreating this guy anyway. You'll be leaving him out until he gets knocked out, because energy is generally pretty easy to get on. We've got first attack is Toss and Turn, which is your bread and butter. So for 3 colorless, it does 30 plus. This attack can be used if this Pokemon is asleep. If it is, the attack does 90 more damage. That's 120 straight up. That's not bad. That's pretty good for a basic Pokemon. His second one, which is Swallow, is he heals himself for the amount of damage you do. Now, it only does 50 damage for 4 colorless, so it's not the best, but you can pump it. But we'll get into the whole pump thing later, because we don't run much that actually pumps our attack. Next one, we run a 2-2 Drowzee Hypno line. Hypno is, again, part of the bread and butter, because good night, babies. Now, at 90 HP, is pretty weak, especially with that weakness to Psychic, which means anything like Night March is just going to ram him into the ground, which is fine, and I'll explain why. Don't worry about the attack, you'll never, ever use it. Again, bit of a high retreat cost at 2 instead of 1, but that's fine. So once during your turn before you attack, you may leave both active Pokemon asleep. Now, of course, that means that he can toss and turn all he wants in his sleep and start bashing people, or rolling on them, technically speaking, which it looks like that's exactly what he's doing here, is rolling onto these poor, unfortunate people. There is people in the background. He's crushing people. That is kind of a bit scary. People crushing. Okay, anyway. We run 2 Mew. This is a new addition to the deck. Simply because before we weren't running that many basic Pokemon, and I feel like we need another Pokemon to kind of help us out against a lot of decks. Now, he does Memories of Dawn. Now, 50 HP and Psychic weakness, not so great. Not as good as Snorlax, obviously, but let's see how he goes. This Pokemon can use the attacks of any of your basic Pokemon in play, like Snorlax, but you still need the necessary energy for it to attack. So he's alright, he's fine. I mean, he's only going to be copying Snorlax most of the time anyway. I thought I was going to sneeze, I'm so sorry. Woo! And of course we've got Sushi Man. So Sushi Ninja is here for your Abyssal Hand to help you draw cards when you're getting low in cards in hand. Now, obviously this doesn't run Shaman because this is more of a budget, fun, casual deck, but Sushi Master is always good. Sushi Ninja, Sushi Master, or Sushi Chef, whatever you want to call him is fine. It's not a tumor. For trainers, of course, we run 1 Escape Rope. Just helps you retreat stuff when you need to. I mean, you shouldn't have to use it much, but when they Lysandre up something else that doesn't have any energy, you can Escape Rope back. We run only 1 Level Ball. Now, this can grab your Sushi Master, your Remoraid, or your Mews, even your Hypno and your Drowzee line. So it is quite an important card, and I probably should run more than 1, but we've only got space for 1 at the moment. Now here's the fun. So Max Elixir, we're running 4 of these because you get to look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach a basic energy card to a basic Pokemon on your bench. Now obviously with this deck we run mainly basics for your attackers, so you should always hopefully have somebody to attach an energy to. You can always put one on a Remoraid if you really need to. Super Rod, pretty obvious. You just want to shuffle some Pokemon and or energy back from your discard pile into your deck, so you Super Rod it out. We've got 1 switch. Again, high retreat cost means you need ways to get your Pokemon back. So switch is our go-to for that one as well. Now, I was running 4 Trainers Mail. I've cut that down to 3 just because we actually deck out quite fast in this deck when you're searching for stuff. So we're only running 3 Trainers Mail. We're running 4 Ultra Ball. Now, that's pretty obvious. Discard 2 cards, go searching for a Pokemon, put it in your hand. That searches all your Pokemon. So that's a staple in this deck, obviously, and most decks really. We got 4 versus Seeker because we have enough supporters to support it, and it grabs anything and everything that we really need at the time, within reason. We run 1 copy of Brigette now. Again, this is a budget deck, so you're probably not going to go with the full art version, but I just love this art. But we run 1 Brigette because it can go and get 3 basic Pokemon, such as, 3 Snorlax or 2 Snorlax and a Mew, and pop it onto your bench for you. We run 2 Lysandre. Now, essentially, if we save our Versus Seekers, that means we've got 6 Lysandre, which is great for bringing out things like, your opponent's Shaymin EX, and then being able to potentially one-shot them. We run 3 N because we don't want to run 4, to be honest. N is great, except once you start getting down on prizes and you've taken a couple, and N can really hurt. We are running, however, 4 Professor Sycamore because we want to dig deep into our pockets to try and get what we need when we need it, and sometimes you have to sacrifice cards, but that's fine. We run 2 All-Night Party. Now, you can party all night. I feel like I'm probably going to ditch this for something else. It hasn't been that useful. Obviously, it's there just to wake your Pokemon up and heal them, but if you're not one-hit KOing your opponent's Pokemon, then it becomes a bit of a problem because it will work for them as well. Not so fun. We might kill that off for something a little bit better. We are running 3 Fighting Fury Belt. Again, I was running 4, but I found that 3 is probably a better number. 4 for consistency, absolutely, but I found that I always ended up having 1 or 2 dead in my hand that I did not want to place in play, just to have somebody megaphone or just remove it, basically. We are running 2 Float Stones. We probably could run more, but we've only got space for 2, but that's fine because they're in there to help us retreat our Remoraid / Sushi Masters and our Hypno Drowzees. Energy! We are running 6 Dark Energy, just because they're energy. We could swap it for anything really, just as long as it's basic energy to go along with our Elixir. And we are running 4 Double Colorless Energy. Again, that is to help get your attack out for your Toss and Turn, because that makes it pretty easy. So that is the deck. We will post a video soon of some playthrough on maybe ladder or tournament. I don't really feel like I want to take this into a tournament because it is a fun casual deck, and I think that it's probably better suited to ladder than trying to win tournament games with it. But we'll definitely put up a video of some plays. So thank you very much, Huntsman81, for that recommendation. And guys, please absolutely put your recommendations down below, and we will look at taking one of those and making some sort of new deck for you, as long as we've got the cards. That's it for us today. Stay tuned and have fun. And remember, kick some butt.